Hello, my dear students. This is Abhishek Mishra, Faculty of Social Studies at Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. In this video, I am going to teach you class 11th Political Science chapter number 1, that is Constitution. Why and how. So, in my last video, we had seen the mode of promulgation of a constitution, what are the various authority of a constitution, and how does a constitution become effective or ineffective. So here in this video directly we are going to study the balanced institutional design of a constitution. So let's start this topic directly. So here it is written that constitutions are often subverted not by the people but by small groups who wish to enhance their own power. See, well-crafted constitutions fragment power in society intelligently so that no single group can subvert the constitution. And one way of such intelligent designing of a constitution is to ensure that no single institution acquires monopoly of power. As we had seen in the case of Pakistan in class 9th, that Parvez Musharraf and his military leaders subverted the constitution there. In the case of Nepal, in my last video, we had seen the constitution was subverted again and again. So many a times it happened in so many countries that some small groups who wanted to acquire their power in their hands regarding constitution, so they subverted the constitution. Basically, a constitution should be designed in such a way that it should follow the procedure of power sharing. Here it is written that well-crafted constitution divides their power into many groups. So this is somehow satisfying in a democratic country. Now moving further, this is often done by fragmenting power across different institutions. Like you can say the Indian constitution, for example, horizontally fragments power across different institutions like the legislature, executive and judiciary, and even independent statutory bodies like the election commission. So these are the different groups in our country, and different powers are vested in their hands regarding making laws, executing the laws, or protecting the fundamental rights of the people, and punishing those who are violating the constitution. So this ensure that even if one institution wants to subvert the constitution, others can check its transgressions. An intelligent system of checks and balances has facilitated the success of Indian constitution. In class 10th power sharing chapter, we had seen that the constitution works on checks and balances. Here the powers are fragmented into different institutions, and these institutions keep checking one another. Whether any deficiency is found, there are institutions to improve such type of mistakes. An intelligent system, another important aspect of intelligent institutional design is that a constitution must strike the right balance between certain values, norms and procedures as authoritative, and at the same time allow enough flexibility in its operations to adapt to changing needs and circumstances. See, when the constitution was made, there were no discussions were taken from the side of the people. Directly it was made by the members of constituent assembly, but still there are some procedures by which amendments can be done in Indian constitution. Means somehow Indian constitution has provided some flexibility to its people, that whenever if there will be any need to do some further changes in constitution, they can be made easily. Too rigid, a constitution is likely to break under the weight of change. A constitution that is on the other hand too flexible will give no security, predictability or identity to a people. As most of the time I used to say that prohibition is the invitation, means when the things are too rigid, they are not directly accepted by the people, and when things are too much flexible, rules are broken by the people. So what we learned from this, the Indian constitution has been made in such a way that neither it is too rigid nor it is too flexible. Successful constitutions strike the right balance between preserving core values and adapting them to new circumstances. You will notice the wisdom of makers of the Indian constitution in the chapter on the constitution as a living document, chapter 9. So there we will see the wisdom of these Indian constitution makers who put their effort in making constitution in such a way that it should be effective in all the fields in our country. Now, by striking a balance between the possibility to change the provisions and the limits on such changes, the constitution has ensured that it will survive as a document respected by people. Though the constitution has been made before 70 years ago, but still this is a document that is working as a living human being among the people, and it is respected by the people also. People have the respect for our constitution and they believe it also. Now this arrangement also ensures that no section or group can on its own subvert the constitution. If there is a provision to do amendment in the constitution, means first it should be passed by the 2/3 majority of both the houses in the parliament. Directly there is no group who is going to change the constitution by his or her own. So therefore, in determining whether a constitution has authority, you can ask yourself three questions. Three questions can be asked to ensure the authority of a constitution. First question is there: were the people who enacted the constitution credible? Like if you can ask this question for your country, like you can say B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. So these were the people who made constitution in India. Were they credible? Yes, surely they were credible. That's why this constitution is respected even nowadays. So this question will be answered in the remaining part of this chapter. Secondly, did the constitution ensure that power was intelligently organized so that it was not easy for any group to subvert the constitution? Yes, it was done very easily. It was done in a very decent manner. And most importantly, does the constitution give everyone some reason to go along with it? Yes, there are so many provisions that people are respecting this constitution and they are going along with it. They are following the norms, rules, regulations, procedures, all those articles which are written in our constitution. So most of this book is about this question. Now the last question is here: also is the constitution the locus of people's hopes and aspiration? The ability of the constitution to command voluntarily allegiance of the people depends to a certain extent upon whether the constitution is just. Even nowadays, if something is wrong done to the people, directly they can approach to the court, because they know the court is going to give a verdict according to the laws, according to the procedures that are written in our constitution. So we can say that the constitution of our country is just, and people certain extent can get relief from the constitution. Constitution does not favor any particular religion, caste or section of the society. It is totally just for each and everyone residing in our country. Now, last line: what are the principles of justice underlying the Indian constitution? The last chapter of this book will answer this question. So here I am ending my video today. Rest of the topics, that is how was the Indian constitution made, and further topics I will cover in my next video. Till then, thank you.